Straight talk.
Straight talk, no chaser.
No chase.
No chase.
Tripp Simpson.
What up, though?
Juiceman Dan.
Peace.
And forever love the Koosta.
My post was in regard to something that happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana this morning.
So when you got the black people versus the police, you got a majority of America supporting the police against black people.
What did George Washington do when he thought he was being suppressed by the British government?
He fought back. So is that what you're saying? Does that mean?
Refer to George Washington.
I was shot. Yo, what the fuck is this?
Tito's, bitch.
Tito's, bitch. Tito's, bitch. Tito's, bitch. Tito's, bitch. I said Tito's, bitch. Yo.
Straight talk, no chase. I'm your homeboy, Tripp Simpson, along with this guy here.
I am your brother, the Juiceman Dan.
And we're back for another episode of Straight Talk, No Chase. We got a very special episode for y'all today.
How special?
We got the homie from Philly, Maj Toure, the head of Black Guns Matter, will be joining us today.
Black Guns Matter?
Yeah, definitely.
They do matter.
Yeah, they definitely matter.
What about Black Lives Matter?
Well, you better get a gun.
I mean, they show you that over and over.
You better get a gun. Hey. You smell me? Hey, do we got homeboy on the line?
So today we got a special guest, like you said, Maj Toure from Black Guns Matter, and basically we're talking about arming yourselves. You go into our inner cities, you go into any black city in America, we're always taught to put your guns down. It's all about peace. But at the end of the day, we're being smoked in the middle of the streets. So we don't advocate anything about violence, but we do advocate protecting yourself by any means necessary.
Definitely. I mean, everyone else is out here protecting themselves. You got little white girls on TV
shooting deer,
busting AKs like it ain't nothing.
But they're taught that from a young age.
Yeah. And our kids don't know it.
Yeah, my daughters are 13 years old, and I think they're at the age where I do want them to learn.
So I think we got him in.
Yo,
what's good? Can you hear us?
Y'all here?
Oh yeah, we here, bro. What's good?
How you doing, good brother?
What's going on? How y'all feeling?
Man, not too bad, man. How about yourself?
I'm wonderful. It's a little chilly, but we good.
Hell yeah, it's cold as shit down here too, bro.
Where you at, Philly?
Yeah, I'm in Philly now.
Well, it's supposed to be cold up there, ain't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's a whole other thing. It's a whole nother hawk outside.
Is that why all y'all grow beards?
Yeah.
Gotta keep your face warm. I'm here.
Yeah, it's like the face sweater.
How you doing, brother? We are Straight Talk, No Chase. We appreciate you joining us today. Could you tell our audience or tell the people who you are, how they can find you, and what you stand for?
Yeah, my name is Maj Toure. I'm the founder of Black Guns Matter. We're a firearm safety and education organization. We go into inner city areas, to inform people about their Second Amendment rights, the laws, their local laws, and how to defend themselves, on several levels. So that's who I am. That's what we do. And we here. If anybody wants to get with me, they can get on my Twitter. It's at Maj Toure, MajToure. Facebook, same. Instagram, same. We just want to chat about whatever we can.
That's what's up. So how did you get started into this movement? What type of feedback have you been getting so far? And what you see that inspires you to move forward with it?
Well, first of all, hey, y'all know the music up loud, right?
Oh, you can't? Well, we can turn it down for you. We kind of flow. We kind of flow without.
Oh yeah, definitely. We can hear you loud and clear.
We hear you.
Sure.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I didn't know if you. Yeah, that's cool. Basically, I started doing this because a lot of my friends were catching the same cases. And when you go to different, being an artist, I was already traveling independent, going to different cities, selling music and things like that. But then some of those homies would catch the same cases, and it's like, okay, why is everybody in the urban areas catching this, firearm possession charge when it's $25, $30 to get your license to carry in Philly? Right. So, you tell one person, they use the information, they tell somebody else, that person comes and asks you. So then you become unofficially the person that everybody asks. So then starting to see, okay, people really need this information. So we got smart. We started a license to carry drive. And then after that license to carry drive, we saw the response from it. And we were like, look, man, this is something that we need to actually do consistently. And that's how Black Guns Matter was born.
That's beautiful. Did you use the name directly as a spin-off from Black Lives Matter? Because we were talking before you came on about it's about time we arm ourselves, not advocating violence, but it's obvious what's going on, and we all have the right to defend ourselves, like our good brother Malcolm X talked about. So is that where your name came from?
Well, yes and no. I'm just not in the business of trying to convince somebody that my life matters.
Right.
I don't really care if you think it matters. If you try to defend, if you try to attack my life, I'm gonna show you exactly how it matters. My Black Guns is gonna show you how that matters. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm a AR, Glock, polymer pistol type of guy. So I like black firearms. So it makes sense. Some people associate it and they go, "Oh, well, are you making fun of Black Lives Matter?" Not at all. That would be disrespectful to, you speak of Malcolm X. That would be disrespectful to that OG's work, and I would never do that. From antiquity to present day, I would never rumble against any group of people trying to rumble for, they proper dues. So I see where people see the similarity, but at the same time, we're a firearm organization. To my knowledge, there is no urban, no hood-specific firearm education organization, to my knowledge, So we kind of exist in our own space, but we do stand in solidarity with the original theme of why Black Lives Matter as an organization was created.
Definitely, and I hear you say you stand in solidarity with the original theme. I said in a previous show, the hashtag is cool. The movement, however, it has some questionable things going on. But have you seen any resistance to your movement thus far? Because they see a bunch of black people with guns. The alarms start going off.
That's why the gun laws are made in the first place.
Well, yeah, all gun restriction is based on, right out of emancipation. So all gun control law and legislation is racist by definition. But resistance, nah, because of how we doing it. One, we're not an organization that tells we ain't anti-law enforcement, we anti-corruption. If you happen to be a corrupt law enforcement officer, we gunning for you, But as far as I got too many friends and family that are law enforcement that are good people that I know, right. So the reason why we're not getting any resistance is because we're not resisting anybody. Yeah. We're informing people that want to be informed. We're not making fun of people. We're not calling nobody no names. We're not attacking anybody. We defending and educating. So we don't get any resistance at all. Right. The people that would say something negative don't really know what we are yet, and they hear the one thing and they focus on the word black, and at best they'll try to say, "Oh, you're racist." But one conversation or coming to one of the classes usually solves that. So we don't get no pushback, because this is actually what America needs. It needs to be more informed urban people, learning laws, learning, conflict resolution, learning de-escalation techniques. This is going to cut down on, crime. This is going to cut down on, overcrowding prisons, all of these things. So we don't really get no real life resistance. It's been all love. I mean, I know that sounds cliche, but it's really been all love.
Yeah, and let me ask you a question as far as the NRA. Have you gotten support from them?
I'm on their platforms a lot. Like I'll write for some of their magazines. Shouts to Clay over there at America's First Freedom, the NRA blog. I'm on NRA TV a lot. Coleon Noir, the brother over there. He's been very supportive. So I'm on their platforms. As far as financial support, which is when we get to the real support, that's the bread. Right. No, not one check has been cut by the NRA for us. All of our touring has been done from our own pocket, from our Black Guns Matter hoodie sales, and our GoFundMe page. That is all the people.
So where can we get the hoodies? And what is the GoFundMe page?
The GoFundMe is GoFundMe.com/Black Guns Matter. And the hoodies are at it's BigCartel.com/Black Guns Matter. Okay, yeah. And if anybody that doesn't remember that, my social media is plastered all over there too.
Oh, definitely, man.
We're gonna give you a link to that too as well.
And when we edit the show down and post it, we're gonna have everything up. So
I got a question for him too.
Okay.
So it's Mr. Let's Talk Real and Koosta's Corner over here. We didn't get introduced at first, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what's up with that. Y'all niggas was late.
We was late. Y'all was on CP time. Y'all niggas coming in on CP time.
Nigga, I was here before the broadcast started. Anyway.
1 minute before.
I got a question. Have you seen a spike in membership and participation since the President Donald Trump was elected?
No, I've seen a spike in information and the want for firearms before President-elect Trump was even on the thing. I think for some time now, I think the media just started paying attention to how many people in the hood is like, yo, wanted this knowledge. You know what I mean? I don't think that we're doing something that's reactionary. I think the people just, we got smartphones and they just want to be more informed about, their Second Amendment rights. The spikes have been based in people seeing how corrupt portions of law enforcement have been handling us for a few years. That predated Trump's, even saying he wanted to run for president. So I don't think the spikes is then. I think there's been more of a spike around that because people want to know how to, de-escalate conflicts, especially with, law enforcement. People want to make it home in urban environments, and we historically don't have a great relationship with law enforcement in the community. So they've been learning. For me, those spikes happen more so then than just when President-elect Trump got into office or even announced his run for presidency. I think that it's very important that we understand that we made a decision to get more informed out of our thought process, not a reaction, knee-jerk situation out of fear, because that's not what I'm seeing or hearing when I'm on the ground in all of these cities. People are all saying, yo, I've been wanting to do this. I'm so glad that you came out of town, and y'all are here to give us this information. And nobody in the hood is like scared of Donald Trump. Nobody. And they shouldn't be, actually.
We was talking about DC laws before you left.
Yeah, your whole situation is federally controlled. You know what I'm saying? It's because it was designed, when the Electoral College was created. So when all of the representatives that came down to DC to vote for the people in they locality, DC would supposedly remain neutral. So over time, that's turned into a federal situation, and that's horrible for, gun legislation. So like you said, y'all making a turn in a different direction, but it's just the thing that y'all, been rumbling for a minute down there.
Yeah, well, the city's changing, so they're gonna make it. The law's gonna change as the city changes. The dynamics is different.
DC is white as right.
It's not Chocolate City no more.
Pretty soon, everything gonna be legal. You might be able to score something on the corner. Everything's legal.
Right.
Guns,
they about to make
carry.
They about to make cocaine legal in DC.
It's Amsterdam.
That's how much it changed.
Yo, let me
no crack, but you can sniff coke.
They should. I think it would be so much better if you, a grown person, if you don't know what heroin do to your body, it's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to shoot heroin, why should he go to jail because you want to do it? I mean, if that's the case, then every tobacco dealer or supplier in the country that makes cigarettes should be behind bars. I mean, we could catalog how many 100,000 people die from cigarette smoke every single year. So I think everybody should be able to do whatever they want that doesn't infringe on somebody else's personal property or their physical well-being. That's how I view it.
You're a grown damn man.
You might be a libertarian right there. They said so. If Rayful Evans was lobbying Congress, he'd still be out right now. He should have got a lobby like the cigarette lobby.
No, wait, he told though, so that's different.
Yes. Facts.
So he's hip.
Facts.
Like 75% of them tell though.
They all. No. You know who didn't tell?
Who didn't?
And I just seen today something that Obama pardoned like 231 inmates that had like these crazy sentences, but most of them was drug cases, but didn't have no violent history enough for no murders, just drugs. But the one person that never told was Meech.
Yeah,
never told.
He's a solid dude,
did Obama actually pardon that nigga?
Oh, and look, that's what I'm trying to find out now because he threw 231 names, and I just tweeted like, "Yo, was Meech on that list?" Yeah. Like, if anybody should, he was holding down millions and upon millions of dollars, and however many hundred people got paid. No murders, no none of that. But he doing 30 years, and he still didn't tell. I hope Meech is on that list.
I hope he is too.
Is not pardoning no motherfucking Big Meech.
He might
tell you that right now.
He might.
Why the fuck would he pardon Big Meech?
He on his way out. He did throw us one for the hood one time.
Yeah, one.
He ain't never thrown us nothing for the hood. He gonna pardon Big Meech, the most like high profile? Hell no.
Hey, but Big Meech was a solid brother though. Like he wasn't just no.
That's all the more reason why he ain't gonna pardon him.
Every time I hear Big Meech on the mixtape, I be like, yo, that's a real nigga.
He pardoned some. I bet he
be in jail like
he pardoned some white dude that was selling coke in Georgetown, DC. Some motherfucking white mother. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
He's been pardoning some of us, man.
There's 231 names on that list.
No high profile people will ever get pardoned in the U.S.
You gotta think that's the only thing that's the only thing white people ever let them do. All right, nigga, we told you what to do your whole 8 years. All right.
When was the last high profile drug dealer that ever got pardoned?
Obama better than me. I'd have grew locks my last term.
I
Fuck
can tell
that
you.
shit.
I can tell you who I can answer that question.
Go ahead.
It was John Forte from used to be down with the Fugees. George Bush pardoned him.
Oh.
I know.
School him. He took you to school. Hey, look, you should see his face right now.
I'm schooled. That's one out of what? One out of 1,733?
Hey,
that's less than 1%.
Don't matter. He's home with his family. He's home.
Shout out to John Forte.
Hey,
he was a talented musician too.
Hey, Maj, this nigga don't never shut up. You just shut him the fuck up, man. That nigga's face was stuck. Like, damn.
I didn't know John Forte got out.
You know that?
Yeah, he was doing some crazy numbers. He was looking at like 100 years.
Jesus
and he
Christ.
wrote a letter to George Bush Jr. And somehow when that same thing when George Bush Jr. was on his way out, you know, and he told him he wrote him the joint and he got out. And he's actually been like traveling the world on like this classical music, playing a violin, playing all of these different instruments along with hip hop, like traveling to like Sweden and all of these other different places. But he been solid too.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yo,
hey brother, this Koosta. They call me the Black Redneck, so you right up my alley. I wanted to ask you a quick question. But what you got in place in terms of working with the youth, in terms of like the young boys and stuff, like how the Boy Scouts of America does for the other kind. I was a Boy Scout in my youth.
Hold on. You was a Boy Scout?
This nigga was a Boy Scout?
Yeah, I was a Boy Scout, motherfucker. True
God
faith.
damn.
Hey, you hear
some whole shit,
This
man.
is the pause bell, man.
Like I said, what
my
you got
bad.
going for the youth in terms of educating young black men about the use of firearms and firearm safety and things of that sort?
Well, our class is available to every age group. Like we try to definitely get everybody to come out and be involved in like the shooting sports and things like that. But our classes, I mean, we have families that bring their children as young as like in a stroller. You know what I'm saying? So the NRA does have a great program called Eddie Eagle, where they inform young people on what to do as far as firearm safety and things like that. If you see a gun, don't touch it, get an adult, you know what I mean? So things like that. But as far as the shooting sports, that's what we lean the younger people towards. You know what I mean? I mean, there's young people traveling the world making, upwards of 6 figures shooting, just on sports. It's an Olympic sport, so we try to lean people that way. I mean, it doesn't always have to be hunting and self-defense. Right. It also could be, like I said, the sports. It could be the investment of firearms. If you got a Thompson submachine gun, you could probably sell that for $40,000 right now.
Tommy gun.
Things like that. So we try to give the young people that option as well, because some youngins they ain't trying to hunt, but they enjoy marksmanship and archery and things like that. So that's the direction we lean in.
That's cool.
Yo, so when are you planning on coming to the DC, Maryland, or Virginia area? Anytime
well,
soon?
we did Baltimore was the first city on the tour.
Time out, bro. Yeah. I mean, we love our brothers and sisters everywhere. But if we ask you about DC, we don't want to hear shit about no motherfucking Baltimore.
It's only 30 miles, but
that shit 30, 40 minutes away. We don't want to hear shit about Baltimore.
Baltimore. It's two.
When I was earlier today, I was talking to my man Fred from he has a company called Voodoo Hound Firearm Services. He's actually a lot closer to y'all. Everybody should look him up on Facebook. His name is Fred Watkins. He's a really informed dude that does the same exact thing that I'm doing nationally. But that's his home base. So I would recommend everybody look him up, because he knows this stuff. His partner is Julio. We call him Julio the Savage. He has physical training, like for the like he used to be a Marine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the physical training on that tip, but they're in the DC area, and I just try to refer everybody I can in the area down to them, because those guys, they bought their work.
Cool. So we definitely will. We'll shout him. What's his name? What is his name again?
Julio the Savage.
Watkins.
Fred
yeah,
Watkins.
And his company is called Voodoo Hound Firearm Services.
Voodoo Hound Firearm Services. Fred Watkins. Yep. We plugging it. Now, I don't even know him, but I'll take your word for it. You seem like a solid brother.
Yeah. He a good dude.
And let me ask you one more question, man. How do you feel about, a lot of our our so-called leaders in the black
Mm-hmm.
communities, they're always teaching the opposite of what you're doing, honestly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand the peaceful thing, I understand the marching and all that, but we're always taught, in our communities only, put the guns down. I think it's more feasible to educate like what you're doing, but how do you feel about our leaders and their stance on gun violence in our communities?
They never was our leaders.
True.
They was placed there by somebody else to keep us on that weak vibe.
I was wondering if you was gonna go there.
Yeah, they never was our leaders. The last peaceful leader that I know of in that regard was Dr. King. And the irony is Dr. King went for his license to carry and was denied. The NRA, when they denied him, the NRA actually was, working with him to try to get that overturned before his, his murder. But saying that to say, I personally, I haven't seen a genuine leader, political, outside of, entertainment and things like that, and that are called leaders or that are in a position of leadership. But, and this is going to sound arrogant, and I'm really not trying to sound arrogant, I'm the only leader on a national scale that I know of that can speak to, our culture in that sense. Because a lot of the youngins, I mean, they think just like me.
No, my brother.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not telling them, yo, don't have a burner. I'm not saying that.
Right.
And a lot of it, like y'all saying, the leaders are saying, well, no, just be peace. No, listen, man. War is politics by different means. And sometimes it got to be something behind them words. And the youngins is the warrior class. And I'm not trying to curb them from being warriors. I'm teaching them how to be smart warriors for their hood. So the people that's in positions now that I mean, unless they like financial leaders like Dr. Boyce Watkins, philosophical leaders like,
Shout out to
Umar
Boyce.
Johnson and those dudes, you know what I mean? Absolutely respect for them. But people that's just talking that just be peaceful, the Reverend, Al Sharptons and all those guys really wasn't really rocking with the hood. They had a moment, but they chose, the fork in the road came and they went left.
Yeah, I'll say this, bro. When I first heard of you, man, it was like about a month or two ago.
And he fell in
I
love.
heard you. See, here we go with this bullshit. Here we go with this bullshit.
He said, I'm concealing 3 guns.
Tariq. It was on the Tariq show.
Yeah. He was on Tariq Nasheed's show.
And I said, yo, fuck that. We got to get this nigga on the show.
Because what you
Shout
said,
out to
man,
Tariq.
what you said, man, you're not arrogant at all. We all have our own role of leadership. And I think the problem with our communities is too many of us are looking for leaders. We've taken a leadership role in what we do. We young urban brothers from D.C., and we don't talk like the Nation of Islam. We don't talk like the church leaders. We don't talk like the Sharptons. But we speak the language of our youth. So we're leaders in that sense, and that's what we're doing. You're leaders in your sense. Like, it's nobody is doing what you're doing. So you're not being arrogant, man. You're being real. Take that shit and run with it.
And that's the thing. And it's like when we leaders like us create more leaders. Like we might be generals of the army, but we're creating people that's going to think independently and raise their children a certain way under a certain thought process and expand and on that. So yeah, I mean, there are brothers that's out there doing the work. There's leaders in their field, but as far as like that came before us, let's say 10, 20, 30 years, because everybody, again, nobody had no guns and everybody was scared that they was going to get shot, and so everybody was saying anti the system. I'm saying anti anything that's corrupt within a system.
That's right.
I'm not a person that's saying, oh, every single police officer is bad. Every single guy in the hood is perfect. I'm not saying that. My highest allegiance is to the truth, regardless of what, side that lie on, so I think that was the thing that might have been missing for some time, along with, and still have the gun. We are peaceful people, but we prepared for war, and that's how you maintain peace. So, I think that having that balance now, the information age and having access to information and resources and not having a fear-based thing. I mean, we come from late 80s, early 90s, so, I mean, what really can you scare me with, So, that is the thing that I think that was the piece that's missing. But, we out here now, so that's the best thing ever.
And that's good because young brothers like us are coming up now, because what happened is when they put that crack in our communities, it was a big gap. So brothers like us who are conscious-minded and enlightened brothers, we're here to close that gap, because that gap, that's a whole generation we missed. And now it's to the point where our youth, they fear nothing. So now they need guidance. So that's where we come in. We relate to them more because, like we said last show, man, if we miss another generation, they're done. You know, so it's on brothers like us.
Yeah, he definitely said something. He said something that's true and key. And me and Tripp go back and forth about this all the time. That next generation is the warrior class. Like we all in our 30s now. Right. You know what I'm saying? We the teachers now. We the motivators. We the funders. We are all those things. And we drop the ball, we gonna lose a whole nother generation of kids, man.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you why I think we alright, because we know this. The youngest know this. The youngest under the youngest know this. We just got to keep the information going.
Right.
Like, I'll give you a prime example. Like, our old heads or the dudes that's older than us, they broken.
Yeah.
They broken, and I can see they broken. Man, I don't know if you know, like, the type of shit I'm going through down here in D.C.
Right.
But I'm going through a situation where I'm on a job, right, where it's a lot of black people, it's a lot of white people. It's more black people than white people, but white people run the job. You hear me? So I did some shit where I stepped out of the box.
He spoke from his heart.
Look, okay, all right, I'm gonna give you 100,000. So
what was you drinking that morning?
I wasn't drinking shit.
What did you drink after that?
I don't know. Maybe a little.
What did you
scotch.
drink the night before?
Maybe a little scotch. Maybe a little scotch. You know, it was breakfast.
That seemed like an alcohol food ring.
So the dude,
Scotch mimosa.
The dude from Baton Rouge had got shot that day, right? So I work as a public servant, and I'm not a police officer.
He said for the record,
right? So I said some shit on Facebook that caught wind, and it just went crazy. Right?
What did you say on Facebook?
I'm not
elaborate.
I'm not here to discuss that.
You can't say that shit right now. You can't talk about that right now.
But anyway, that shit went crazy, and the news ran up to me in my yard, like, you know, still got coal in my eyes and shit. But you know, I gave them the interview that they wanted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It went viral and shit, right? But long story short, man, I did this shit because young people need to see that just because I got the job I got don't mean I'm a punk.
You're a house nigga.
And I'm gonna retract my words.
Right.
The bottom line is we can't keep getting murdered out here, and we can't keep playing the sucker and playing this peace shit and doing this marching shit all day and not getting no results.
Yeah. Because the marching shit is done,
Straight
man. It's
up.
time to evolve. The marching shit, like, I tell people all the time, man. They're like, well, you're not doing what no one's doing what Martin Luther King did. That's what they want to throw in your face. Not really getting into what Martin Luther King stood for, what they want you to know about him. But at the same time, if you feel that way, y'all killed Martin Luther King. So now you got us to deal with.
And nobody ever speaks on the Deacons of Defense. And I know my man knows about the Deacons of Defense who protected Martin Luther King and protected the movement with guns.
They don't speak about
Nobody avenged his death, which is the most pussiest shit ever.
Right.
Period.
Where's the black Batman?
That's
Just
why
avenging deaths out here.
I can't really respect the older generation like that.
The Punisher.
You know what it is though? You gotta just accept that they got flanked. Yeah. They ain't really see that it was a holistic attack. They thought it was, and they was gearing for one part of it, and they was operating off of so much frustration because of the anger that they was dealing with. They went, hard on one thing, but didn't go hard on the other. It has to be a holistic. Anytime you in any type of war, you have to understand that it's holistic. They're gonna try to demoralize you. They're gonna try to break your spirit. They're gonna try to break your pockets. They're gonna try to break your back physically. All of these different things. I think those guys back then, the things that they were using as one thing to escape the frustration of the work that they had to put in was also something that was put there to break them down mentally. So when you getting money off of the crack that we put here, but here come the gun laws and here come the jail time. So we break you that way. Nobody flipped and saw that it was going to be a long-term 5 to 10 year attack. They weren't thinking military scientifically because their parents had just came up out of Jim Crow, and then on top of that, enslavement not too many years before that.
Yeah.
So they didn't really understand the you know, and again, it wasn't no phones. It wasn't no. I mean, motherfuckers had phones in the house. Like if you missed the call, you missed the call. Like you gotta leave a voicemail. It wasn't no voicemail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was so much missing information. Now we got all of the information and the history of what happened. We can create spaces where not only is it defending against an attack, it's just setting up an infrastructure that's strong enough to withstand anything that you might have thrown at me, because we already understand what has been thrown at American citizens.
Yeah.
You know, especially in the urban environment. And it's fun for me because it's like a life-size chess game. If you fuck up, you die.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Well, damn.
And it's a real life Sankofa. Like we looking back, but our feet are moving forward.
This shit like the Hunger
Games. When you understand with those symbols and everything that we wear, you understand and embody that shit. This is Sankofa, man. We have the ability today to look back, but we also have the mindset and the wherewithal to move forward. Yeah. So that's where we at. That's what Sankofa means.
I think. What do you think about
Gucci man?
No, fucking Gucci man. What do you think about? I was gonna mention a rapper though. I was gonna mention Killer Mike.
If you keep goddamn looking back, man, you're gonna chip up if you're going forward.
Gucci he brought up Gucci. Gucci had the biggest glow up of 2016. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. Hey.
Came home, his lady had some extra bread for him. He lost like 50 pounds. Yeah. He got off drugs.
Gucci got fat niggas doing sit-ups like a niggas last year had beards and tap bellies because of Rick Ross. Now everybody trying to get on that Gucci shit.
Yo, no bullshit though.
Hey, speaking of that, y'all can buy y'all juices from Juiceman Dan.
Hey, speaking of that, I'm drinking that Deleon tequila on the table, man. What's up, Deleon? What's up? What's up, Kenny? What's up, Diddy? Where we at? Hey, but I was going to ask you about what you think about what who I follow that talks about the urban community and guns a lot. I follow Killer Mike. That's one of the rappers I respect, hip hop artists I respect. And I saw a video recently. He was talking about what you were talking about. The black community may not be ready for war. A lot of the preachers on the corner, a lot of the pro-black dudes, a lot of the gun-ho dudes are preaching go to war, go to war. But how you talking about military science-wise, we're not ready. You know what I'm saying? We don't produce our own food. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a supply line for what we're trying to do. And what we're trying to do, we're not properly trained. So what do you think about that message of us regrouping and really training ourselves?
Well, I think training is obviously necessary, but shouts to Killer Mike because he actually, Coleon Noir plugged me with him when we were going down to the Atlanta. He was in LA at the time, but he reposted the show, and a lot of people the flyer, and a lot of people showed up to the event because of his repost. So I want to salute him for that. Second of all, he's semi-right. I'm a big fan of metaphysics, since words being spells, and you spell things and you say things and you manifest them. So as far as harping on us not being all the way right, nobody's ever all the way ready. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not ready to be a father. You're not ready. I don't care how much paper you got. You don't know it the first time. So on that sense, yes, I agree with him on one level, because there is a certain level of information that's missing and deliberately has been hidden about firearms and military science in general. So yes, but as far as us going that direction, absolutely I do think we are, because we're staking our claim in, as American citizens, as people that our lineage built this place. Most people in America, their lineage had a strong hand in building America. And again, with that information age, with that iPhone, with that Android or whatever, the information is spreading rapidly. And more people are getting ready. So were we ready a few years ago? No. Are we getting ready based to defend our community? And I don't care if you're black, white, green, purple. If you're in an urban environment, you need to be informed, because the government, their game is control regardless of race. You know what I'm saying? And we got to turn them tables back around in the sense of y'all work for us. We don't work for y'all. Yeah, so
you could feel
I think he's kind of right, but I definitely, with the type of crowds that we're having at our events, it clearly tells me that people are getting ready.
Yeah, and I think what he was speaking to is where we've been. I can honestly say, man, on a grassroots level, the paradigm is shifting, man. it's definitely shifting. And speaking metaphysically, man, it's deeper meaning to why it's shifting. So you can look at what you see right now on the surface, but beneath that surface, things are changing, and everything ain't got to be on TV. So some things don't need to be televised.
I think that's a fact. I mean, I think as far as, man, like what's going on out here right now, man, in our community, man, it's different levels to it, man. You got the service level, you got motherfuckers out here making noise, and then you got the subsurface where you got people like us that aren't making much noise, but at the same time we're making noise. But it's the vibration is resonating.
Yeah, and it's little shit like
it's resonating.
It's little shit like we talk about black business and support, man. This hoodie I got on right now, young brother, 18 years old. You know, he's a fan of the show. Came through, said, man, look, man, I started my own clothing line. I got a hoodie that said Black God. I gave him the money straight up. Look, hey, keep doing it. Carry them hoodies in your bag. But it's little things like that where you don't even think people are paying attention. This is an 18-year-old kid. Shout out to brother Shabazz. Shabazz the God. You can follow him on Instagram and get the Black God hoodies, the Nat Turner hoodies. And this young brother just watching the show and supporting the show, and it's little stuff like that, man. So that's how we know this thing is changing and it's moving and it's steamrolling.
All right, I got a question. I got one question. What do you think is the biggest obstacle to minority gun ownership? The biggest obstacle that's keeping us from owning and really participating and exerting our Second Amendment rights?
It's us. It's Willie Lynch mentality that's already been implanted in us. You know, we've been told that, oh, that's for white people. It ain't even fear a lot of times. It ain't even like that we afraid. It's just, oh, that's that shit white people into. That is the biggest hurdle that I've seen so far. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm going all of these places, you know, and I'm linking up with Spanish homies, you know, Asian homies, white homies, all of these older guys. Some of them got bald heads and they blue eyes, and you might think he is skinhead, but you don't know that man yet.
Right.
The certain level of confidence that comes along with, one, having knowledge of self, and two, having a burner just in case shit get wrong and knowing how to use it. That I can go in any room and I'm completely in any room that I go in. I don't suffer from none of them insecurities. So seeing that and going into these rooms and then seeing other people go, you know, they comment on my Instagram a lot. They go, oh, he there's a Fed in that room with him. What? No, it's not. He's a journalist. He writes for guns.com. Like, that's not the feds. Like, you got to get out of that fear mentality. And a lot of that was something that was implanted in us to keep our mind in that one spot. Like that, there's an Instagram meme where there's a horse, but it's like tied up to like this plastic lawn chair. And it just stay right there. You know what I'm saying?
I see that.
And it's that is the biggest goal, because it's like, if I can control your mind, I ain't really got to worry about your body. So the purpose of us going around and unplugging people from the matrix is to get them on that and put them on that path, you know. Right. But for me, that's been the biggest hurdle because of the sheer amount of work that you got to do, or the amount of people that you got to touch. And it's not as much hard work on each individual, but it's a lot of individuals that make a huge collective that you got to keep touching and wake them up, you know. So that's really the biggest hurdle for us.
What do you think is the most effective recruitment tool, or the most effective tool to reach brothers in the hood, or just the average, you know what I'm saying, our demographic, the average 30-year-old, 25-year-old, doesn't really know their gun rights, you know, knows he wants to protect himself, but doesn't know how to navigate that whole situation?
Like the language.
It's two things. The things that get them in the most is, one, our classes express the cultural and philosophical component of how the Second Amendment and things like that is very practical for us in the hood right now. That's the first thing. The second thing is, it's a lot of shorties in my classes with fat asses.
Oh, damn.
Hey,
there's a lot of them. And the brothers be like, yo, where's all of these women going? I mean, I'm talking about like hundreds of women.
They're getting
strapped. They better learners. You know what I mean? They come to the class, they be fly. You know what I mean? They're very, you know, a lot of them, it's a mixed bag. It'll be like sisters that's conscious. It's sisters that strippers. It's sisters that got regular jobs.
Stripper shooters?
Yeah.
Stripper
shooters? All of the classes, and they'll be coming, they'll like park, and everybody be like, yo, what is this?
That's
and
crazy.
then that be the first initial hook. And then when I tell them, yeah, we doing a firearm class.
He be
and then the
bagging
women
them
start
too.
going,
You know, bagging them too, don't you? You be bagging them, don't you? He be, let me take you home and show you my AR-15 collection.
I got big black
with my
guns.
45, with my 30 clip.
Let me show you what a real.
Let me show you the extendo. You want to see my extendo clip?
but on some real though, when the brothers see that, and then a lot of times the sisters is like they on it, so then they'll go like, well, what do you know about firearms? And the brothers go either this is what I know and it's a bonding moment, or it's like, no, I don't know nothing. Okay, well now you got to learn. So and the brothers is taking lead on the sisters. You know what I mean? We got to think, you know, and I put up a video about it, and it's like for 2017 is no gun, no pussy.
Hey, you on to something? Because I'm gonna tell you something. And for men, you take your lady to the range. That's actually a pretty good date these days. Look, I took my wife to the range one time. I can't keep her out that motherfucker now. The other night, I was like, man, I don't feel like going somewhere. I'm going to this seminar somewhere. She was like, oh, all right, I'm going to the range. I'm like, the fuck you mean you go to the range? But it's good that she's confident enough to go without me now.
Yo, she about to get a strap on him.
Shout out to the niggas that shooting. Shout out to the niggas that shooting blanks and can't keep their bitch because they shoot too many blanks.
Yeah, no, I can keep mine. I'm a shooter. I'm a shooter.
It's been very like eye-opening to see sisters helping men and other women, and men taking the lead, putting our egos down for a second, listening to sisters. Because I'm telling you, in the classes, the sisters are far better listeners. We think we know everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they come in because they have more of a respect for the tool. Because they know they don't know nothing. You know, we think, you know, we play Call of Duty, we know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those two things have been the most impactful as far as the sisters, as well as the brothers coming in and having a thirst for that information.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Man, we appreciate you coming through, man. This is real knowledge, this is real information, and I think it's needed for our people. So how can the people find you? Again, I mean, we don't want to keep reiterating this. I know you said it before, but let's say it again because sometimes we split the show up. So we like that. And
we live right now too. So tell the people live.
Yeah. For anybody that wants to hit me up, first if they want to support in any way, bringing us out to their city, you can hit the GoFundMe page, GoFundMe.com/Black Guns Matter. If you want to get one of the hoodies, the Black Guns Matter hoodies or T-shirts. That's BigCartel.com/Black Guns Matter. If you can't remember none of these links, just hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. That's at Maj Toure, MAJTOURE. Same thing on Instagram. The Facebook is official Black Guns Matter _Maj Toure. Even if it ain't about supporting, if you're just going through something, if you just want to talk, text me. Hit me, 267-273-2905. That's my phone number. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to talk about just some shit you going through, man. Like sometimes, man, we suffer from extreme PTSD. Like we suffer from a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? If you're going through something, instead of you choking the shit out of somebody, catching the case, hit me up. Let's talk about it. You know, and if I'm gonna make myself available to you,
you gotta call him, Tripp. You always pretty angry.
Hey, Maj, you man just fucked up. We got some women in the audience right now. They're like, shit, 267, what? Hey, right. Hey, yo, this motherfucker like, hey,
we got ladies live.
They going to Philly. They coming up to Philly to see you, man.
Hey.
They said they was joking though.
Straight talk, no chase. We got pockets along with the pool sticks. You know what I'm saying? It's a balanced environment in here.
Whoa, this nigga just say
pockets and pool sticks. What you talking about?
Time out. Hold on. We got my man Gangster. Hold on. We got Gangster Reds in the building.
Gangster Reds.
Yo, ask my man a question, man.
Come on, Gangster Reds.
Gangster Reds.
Come on, man. You with your Christmas hat on, man. Come on.
Man, he ain't got no questions, man. He cool, man. Look.
Shout out to my man Reds with no questions.
Koosta, what you got, man?
Yo.
Shout out to Koosta with no questions either.
Right.
Yo, hey. so you gonna stick around? We got this segment we call Koosta's Corner. My man Koosta, he picks a
Nah, we ain't fucking with Maj today, man. We ain't got Koosta's Corner.
No Koosta's Corner?
Nah, close it out. Okay, hold on. Since we got the gun advocate, we need to ask, what do you think was the biggest gun story of the year?
Oh, yeah.
Because we ain't going to talk about no bullshit today since we got a special guest.
The biggest gun story
What's the biggest gun story of the year?
Is what, for me, I just came from Massachusetts in Boston. Their attorney general just totally said what she's gonna say, what the Constitution actually meant. So she's actually in the process of trying to ban AR-15s, which is the most safest, most effective,
and easy
cost-effective rifle, because that's all it is really a rifle. And she just decided to say, no, this is what the founding fathers meant, and she's just like making the whole Constitution up as she goes along. To me, that was one of the biggest stories, because people usually associate crazy gun laws with New York State or New York City and California, but in reality, Massachusetts has the most restrictive gun laws in the country. You know, so just the fact that she was at least even trying that was a slap in the face. So for me, that was one of the biggest stories, you know, the gun stories of this year.
So she trying to have niggas out there with powder muskets and shit.
Yeah, on some way back.
Six shot revolvers out here. Niggas can't shoot. They need more than 6 shots. They need AR-15s. Or as hip hop say, they need the Draco. You got a Draco? They been talking rapping about the Draco.
Hey,
the Draco. Hold on, that's what we can talk about real quick.
Hold that thought. We're gonna take a 3-minute break. We'll be right back. 3-minute break. We'll be right back.
We about to load up the Dracos.
Right back. 3 minutes.
We are back. We're back live. Hey man, you know I got a question that I do want to ask, and this is kind of piggybacking off what you was talking about the gun laws in Massachusetts. One of the cities that have the toughest gun laws, and I hate to bring the city up because that's what all the folks bring up, is Chicago. The gun laws in Chicago are also one of the strictest gun laws that we have, but the violence is, we all know, out of control. So how do you feel about that? And the gun laws have a direct effect on that?
It does, because the people that are doing, the small amount of people that's doing the foolishness don't care about the rules. Right. I mean, we don't care. So if you don't care about the rules, you're making more rules solves what? Nothing. It just creates a space that the actual people that could stop the bad guys, the good guys,
right,
can't do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if gun legislation worked to that extent, Chirac would be the safest place on earth.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
If you know you're a criminal, or I hate to use the fucking word, but if you know you are in that life, and there's nobody to combat you, you're gonna run the fucking muck. You know,
right.
And that's what's going on pretty much. Any city, any major city, most of the major cities that are black, the gun laws are real strict, and we don't even understand the gun laws, and you see the direct correlation because all of them.
But what would you just say? I mean, most cities that are black, why are the gun laws strict?
Yeah,
Right.
Why you
Well,
think
I will say this.
Why you think they strict?
Can we do one?
You know why?
Can we do one devil's advocate question? You usually ask one.
All right, you got that.
Yeah,
question.
Sure.
one for today. What do they say about cities that have, and not even in U.S. because U.S. is saturated with guns, right? It's 3 guns for every one person.
This nigga's mouth is directly on the mic. Your mouth is directly on the mic.
Good thing I'm drinking DeLeon tequila. It's gonna sanitize my mouth.
You saturate your mouth.
Your shit needs to be sanitized too. Yo, my bad, bro. Man. This nigga.
Hey, this straight talk no change. This is what we do. We fire off. Pause.
Hey, what I was saying though.
Yo, that nigga mouth was directly on
like
the
people
mic.
like gun restricted people always bring up like they bring up other countries, other major countries outside of the U.S. that basically have banned guns and the violence has gone down. They
Who's
don't have
banned
any
guns?
murders. Like Australia, like UK, like police don't even carry guns.
But
you know
that
what I'm
ain't
saying?
us.
Well, it's 2 things to that. He's
supposed to answer the damn question. This ain't for all y'all. It's for the viewers too.
He's answering the question.
Answering the question, nigga.
I asked him.
He's answering it. We didn't say shit.
Nigga drunk, man.
Look, the answer to that is this. Yes, when you restrict a particular one, the part of the answer is I don't live in Australia. I don't want to live in Australia. That's not where we live. If we wanted to live there, we'd move there. We'd change our citizenship.
Good day,
but
Mike.
outside of that, what they don't tell you is those stats a lot of times are false. And 2, yeah, okay, if there's less firearms, there may be less firearm-related accidents and or murders with a firearm. But what they don't tell you is, in a lot of those places where they use that stat, homicides with knives, bats, and bludgeoning objects usually triple.
Damn.
So that's why it's not about a particular tool. Like I could pick that glass of DeLeon that y'all got up there right now. You could pick that up and you could bash somebody to death with it with that glass.
Yeah.
But a pussy nigga couldn't kill you with a liquor bottle though. A pussy nigga could kill you with a gun. He's like, ah.
No, a pussy nigga could kill you with a glass bottle too if he's scared enough.
He's scared. You put him in the corner.
The point in saying that is those stats a lot of times are skewed by design, and they only want to isolate. They only want to usually pick one particular tool, the firearm, to demonize, to make people from the hood lean away from it. But you don't ever hear the term, oh, the knife violence is crazy.
Yeah.
This knife violence out here, this bat violence is insane.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean? Because it's clearly game. It's clearly game to stop you from having the most effective means of defending yourself, which is a firearm. You know what I mean? So let's say if you fast forward to 50 years from now, the most effective means of defending yourself might be laser guns. They'll be saying the same thing about laser guns. They'll be like, oh, laser guns, the laser gun violence is insane. We got to stop these laser guns. Only the government should have laser guns.
You just seen Star Wars?
Being as though you're from Black Guns Matter, I think that was a little biased because I don't remember people like, nigga, goddamn, they used to call me Crazy Joe, now they call me Batman. We working niggas with the bats out here.
I mean, they will, man. You put a nigga in the island.
When the last time a nigga could die from a bat?
But I understand his point. The point is this, man. The point is this.
That's for the gun reverse advocates. The
point is this. The most effective means to protect yourself, they're going to try to convince you that you don't need it.
Right.
And you shouldn't have it. And if you do have it, you're going to get arrested for it. It's all in the game. I get it.
Right. And that's the thing. And it's like they only pick that one thing. They don't highlight knife stabbings are at an all-time high in those countries like UK. Their stabbings are insane, but that part never makes it to the media. You know what I'm saying? So if we're going to apply that same logic, if that's the logic that a lot of those anti-gunners use, then okay, if that's the logic that you're using, then that means we should be banning cars because there's hundreds of thousands of people that die from drunk driving every single year.
A quote-unquote terrorist just killed 12 people in Germany with a truck.
So what do you think Obama? Because Obama says the same thing you say, but Obama says
I feel you, bro.
Obama says that you should regulate guns like you regulate cars. How do you feel about that? Because a car can be just as a deadly weapon as a gun. How do you feel about him equating the guns to cars in terms of a national registry?
Tell Obama to free Mayo.
Firearms are already regulated. Firearms have been regulated since the NFA, since the National Firearms Act in the late 20s, early 30s. Firearms are regulated. Every time you purchase a firearm, you got to fill out that 4473 is a federal form. There is no loophole. Every licensed dealer that makes a legitimate firearm sale, every single time that happens, that's a federal form. You get a NICS check, a National Instant Criminal Search check. You get depending on your city and state, you get a criminal and character background check. So firearm sales are regulated. They have been regulated since the NFA. I mean, and that's literally Al Capone time. So when people say these things, they miss the information. They try to make it seem like you could go to the gun show and just buy it over the counter. That is not true. It's a lie.
That's totally false.
I don't know. I lived in Texas. Like, shout out to Houston, Texas. Shout out to Texas Southern University. I went to school in Texas. And I definitely went to some gun shows. And if I definitely wanted to buy a gun at the gun show, I could have walked out with the gun. The only thing that stopped me that I was from DC and I had a DC license.
Was it Jesus?
If I had a Texas license, I could have bought the gun. So I understand.
You still would have filled out that form. That is regulation.
But I still would have left with the gun right then that day, though.
So what?
Huh?
But you still filled the form out, so you tracked. Because what he's saying is because you feel that. The concept was regulation. The concept was regulation, and I say this too. If you would have filled out that 4473, and when they ran you, and if they would have said no, do not sell him a gun, you wouldn't have got the gun. See, the person that's selling that gun has what's called a FFL, a Federal Firearms License, a license to sell firearms. That's that man or woman's livelihood. If they choose to be illegal and risk their livelihood for you, just because you gave them an extra $100 like it's Jordan Day, that's on them. The ATF makes them keep those forms for up to 22 years. The ATF could pop up on anybody that has an FFL that has a license to sell firearms and say, you 12 years ago sold this firearm, show me that paperwork. They have to go do the due diligence. So when the question is presented, oh, what about regulation? They are regulated. They're regulated. I have a Thompson submachine gun. It cost me $20,000. I had to fill out a form. I had to wait for my tax stamps to come back. When you get a suppressor, a silencer, that's regulated. You have to fill out that same form. It's a federal form that says this person has a fully automatic machine gun. This person has a silencer or a suppressor. That is regulation. The game is to make people that don't even know that those forms exist, and that's the process that you have to go through. The game is to make those people think that it's just chaos and all anarchy outside, and it's not. It's actually getting you to convince, because you aren't aware of the process, getting you to give away more and more rights to get you to think that when you go to Chicago, you can't leave without getting shot. And it's not true. That was one of the earliest cities that we went to on the tour. I went to the movies without my gun.
I've been to Chicago. I've been to Chicago 4 times and I haven't been shot once.
Nigga about to walk outside and get shot in your ass.
Right. It's all game to make us not trust our own community, and to get us to give away our own human rights to defend ourselves. The funny thing is, everybody says Hitler's the bad guy. Hitler did the same thing. He called for the same, we got the firearms, we the government, we gonna protect you. He agreed to that, and historically, anytime there's been a disarmament of the people, it's usually been slaughters and roundups right after.
Yep.
I mean, I can in a drunken stupor, I can name 10 countries that happened in.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
I bet you can't do it backwards though.
Somebody ring the bell.
Somebody.
This nigga,
I'm talking about name the countries.
Yo, listen.
Break the fucking bell. All right,
this nigga got problems, man.
Last question.
He got demons.
Last question, because we gotta get the other point of view. What do you say to the people that want to ban the high capacity magazines because they say it leads to mass shootings? Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you? Because I say this because I think that's one of the common sense gun regulations that to ban high capacity magazines.
Why?
Convince me why.
You scared of high capacity magazines?
No, I'll say this. Because when it's very rare that people that look like us go off the rails and shoot a bunch of people, right? That very rarely happens. It was DC Sniper. Most of the time it's some man-to-man beef, some hood beef, some money beef, something like that. But it's very rare that melanated people go off the rails and shoot a bunch of people, right? But when other folks do that, they do it with high capacity magazines and they kill a whole bunch of people. So in my mind, that seemed like, I don't want people who don't have guns, but I think AR-15s and stuff like that are weapons of war, and I don't think they belong on the street.
Why?
So what do you say to that?
I'm gonna address it.
I can convince you right now. I'll show you my shit.
Let me address it for you. AR-15 is a rifle. It is not a fully automatic weapon. That's number one. The media, first of all, they say it's an AR and they think AR stands for assault rifle. Assault rifle is not a real term. AR stands for Armalite. It's the name of the company that made the actual gun.
Yep.
That's that.
Facts.
When people say, okay, well, high capacity, they don't even know that an AR. They don't even know what high capacity means. Like if you ask people in the audience right now, you say, well, what does high capacity mean? It's just this term that they throw around. How many rounds is high capacity? Does anybody know?
Anybody know?
I thought it was 30. Is it 30?
She said multiple choice.
That's standard that comes with AR.
So you need like 50. You need like 50 automatic. Or better. Like 50 or better then?
No, it could be drums and all of that, but 30 is standard that comes with an AR. Now, the other thing about that is the percentage of people that they're talking about that run into shopping mall, the Dylan Roofs of the world, that does not even make 1%. Does not even make 1% of all of the shootings in all of America.
That's it.
So they pick one or two and they highlight that and they get you to convince yourself that, oh, we got to get rid of these guns. And the ones that they're talking about, ARs, aren't usually even fully automatic. Those are semi-automatics, just like handguns are semi-automatic. AR, because it's black, is made to look scary, but it's a hunting rifle. I mean, that's what it is. It's a rifle. It's no different than the one that's brown with the metal and all that. It's just a different color, and it's made of polymer. It's made of plastic.
So yeah,
it's actually a much safer firearm because you have, the butt is better, the grip handle is better, so you can actually shoot more accurately with that.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to what you're saying about the people that go in the movie theater like Dylan Roof, go into church and shoot people, maybe those people will be alive if those 9 or 10 people were actually responsible legal carriers that could have defended themselves instead of being victims.
That's it. That's true.
All of those things are the things that, when people say those things to me, when they say that, I would say to them, if you were one of those people in the church that Dylan Roof murdered, and you were in that room, would you like to have had a firearm to defend yourself from him, or would you just take your chance?
I would have at least a chance. And I appreciate you answering our brother's question, because what it seems like is a lack of education of the whole guns period in our community. We listen to rappers and they talk about 30 round clips and all that, and we go to the gun stores with these same rapper terms, and they automatically flag you, and they looking at you crazy because you going there talking about, can I get 2 clips? No. Educate yourself to go in there. They're magazines. We have to even, the language already gets us put in a box where they don't even want to deal with us in the first place. So it's an education piece that's totally missing in our community.
But you know what though? You know about the black-owned gun stores, correct?
Yeah, are there any? I don't know of any around here.
Nah, man.
There's 3 of them in the country. There's one.
My bad.
I'll put the link up. There's one in Texas that you can buy stuff from. But the one we did the class in Compton, Evans Security, actually that's where Tupac shot his "Hit 'Em Up" video. Mr. Evans has been there since 1982.
Okay.
And that's in Compton. So we recommend everybody that's listening to this, if you happen to be in the California, LA area, go see Mr. Evans. It's called Evans Security and Training. That's 1457 El Segundo Boulevard in Compton. He has a wealth of knowledge too. Even if you call and just talk to him, it's a family-owned situation. I'm not compensated for this. I just met him. You know what I'm saying? And we had our class there. Right. But there's ranges there, and a lot of that can dispel some of the myths, because, like you said, some of the information that we missing, they can just say anything on TV and we just rock with it because they're very good salespeople. Yeah. They say it like they trying to protect your children. All of this. If you want to protect your children, educate them on how not to be victims. You know what I'm saying? And a lot, you know how it is in the hood. A lot of times, suckers don't even go. If you strapped, if the sucker know you not strapped, he could play tough. But if he know all of y'all strapped and legally armed and at the range and on point, it's a deterrent. They not even going there. Dylan Roof, if he knew that church, every 4 out of 9 of them people would have been holding. Dylan Roof ain't going in that church.
He actually said that. He actually said that. He actually said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, I knew if I go into a black church, they're peaceful, meek people, so I knew there would be no competition.
Right. Now, see me, I'm violent and aggressive, so that shit never going to happen to me.
There goes the sponsors right there. Bring it back.
I think he good. I think he's good.
No, it's just one point at every show we lose the sponsor.
We lose sponsors left and fucking right.
Yeah.
The only thing we're going to be sponsored by these goddamn hefty red cups
and Deleon tequila.
Maybe Hennessy.
Maybe.
They fuck with anybody.
Nah, Deleon gonna fuck with us, bro.
Hennessy was fucking with Yeezy, so
that's probably why he fucked up.
Yo.
I didn't mean to fuck
so
that nigga fucked up.
So he just fucked the whole show
That nigga's fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm real. Straight talk.
He is, though. He is fucked up.
I still love him. He got to make good music.
Yo, fam. Yo, we want it. Yo.
I got one more question.
He said
you
it
go ahead.
6 times.
I understand. I knew you was busy, bro. But we wanted you to come down to D.C., bro. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, we was gonna
shit, there's a spot next door to here. Down U Street, is right down the street, man. We was trying to do that,
so
man.
When you come to DC, and actually, let me ask you a question: if we put something together, could we contact your people when you come down here? Because there's plenty of people that need this knowledge in DC, especially with our laws.
Yeah.
So we'll try to set that up. We'll do that. Bring it out DC.
Yeah, if y'all set it up, if it ain't a gun range, if it's a community center, if it's anything, I'm down. You know, y'all set it up. I get there.
My man.
That's what's up. We'll take care of everything. Just on the travel, hotel, and we got it.
No doubt. I'm here. I'm there.
All right. So we wrap the show up now. This is our brother Maj Toure. Black Guns Matter.
They definitely do.
They definitely do matter. If your life matters, like our brother said, then your black guns better matter.
But shit, I think we got about 5 minutes left. I think I want to get final thoughts from everybody. We're gonna start with you, brother. Final thoughts. Final thought.
My final thought is wait, me?
Yes, sir.
I don't think you should start with him. You shouldn't start with him.
Won't you let him close it out?
Yeah.
Give yours first.
This nigga drunk.
Oh, you need time to he need time to regroup. Dan, you give your final thought.
I'll go first.
Give yours first.
I'll go first. This is I am your brother, D Juiceman Dan. My final thoughts is, like the brother said, get your guns up. And not only get your guns up, but learn self-defense techniques as well. We're at the point where we have to defend ourselves. If you can't get to your firearm, you better have some firearms in your arm. So learn boxing, learn martial arts, learn some type of self-defense, because if you can't get to your firearm, you should still be able to protect yourself. Eat healthy, eat right, exercise, and keep yourself ready. If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. That's my final thought.
Eat your Hulk Hogan vitamins.
You can buy juice from Juiceman Dan. I got the meal plans on the way. I got the fitness stuff coming. Holla at your boy.
Yo.
20 push-ups a day.
On the real, my final thoughts of this, man. First of all, I don't give a fuck what you about to do. If it's violent, take a drink first.
What?
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. Because I'm tired of these pussy-ass vegan niggas.
Oh, okay. Fuck you too, nigga.
Talking all this motherfucking Kurt Cobain bullshit. Yo, listen. Take you a shot of scotch. Drink you a nice IPA. And look, handle your business. But nah, on the real, people, you gotta get armed, man. Your counterparts are armed. Their children are armed. Their children's children probably could shoot better than you. And they could probably shoot better than me, for real. Because we just went to the range. Yeah, I was rusty. I was rusty. But on the real, man, like, that's what we bought. That's what we bought the good brother here, man. Because, bruh, it's not a game out here. Mr. Let's Talk Real, we're going to give you your shine. And we're gonna let the brother go.
All right, that's a bet. I'm just echo some of the guys' sentiment, man. Make sure you are responsible gun.
Nah, nigga, don't be echoing me, bro.
That's fucked up. You know what? Fuck what that nigga
Yeah,
said
go ahead,
there.
man,
How
go
about
ahead,
that?
man, go ahead.
How about that? He is 77% wrong on this situation.
I'm 77% drunk.
God damn. He sound like
Goddamn mush mouth, goddamn it. But anyway, now
God
I would
bless
like to
him.
say I appreciate you coming on, dropping knowledge, man. I try to ask the tough questions to really pull out the knowledge that we really need on this show, man. Informing our viewership about real gun laws, real gun legislation. And I think people need to really educate themselves on guns and make the right decision. Is it about concealed carry? Do you want to live in an open carry state? Do you want to stash your shit in the ground and be ready for the Armageddon? You got to make the choices best for you, man, and do what you got to do, because it's going to come.
What's going to come?
The time where you need them guns.
That nigga was watching Walking Dead last night. Hey,
I was.
The good brother. Let's get
Carl.
We say the best
Come
for
on,
last.
Carl.
say the best for last.
No homo.
The most.
My final thought is just everybody get informed. It's you know I know what my 40 cows do to faces. I don't want to do it to nobody. And if armed society is a polite society,
That nigga's
so
real
if that be the
violent.
case, we want everybody to be informed, be safe, participate in some of the shooting sports, look into some of the organizations that might give you the information so you can make quality decisions. Get your education up, get your conflict resolution skills up, get your de-escalation techniques up. You know what I mean? Get your basically get informed, get trained. If you want to reach out, if you want to communicate, if you have anything that you missed, call my phone 267-273-2905. Hit me, follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Maj Toure, MAJTOURE, and yeah, whatever information I got, y'all got. I'm gonna make myself, accessible to everybody. And y'all be safe and be solutionary.
Definitely, my brother. Yo, it was definitely a pleasure having you on the show, man.
It really was.
Yo, come back whenever. Like, honestly, bro, like you were like damn near.
This nigga about to cry.
Told you. I told you. He told you he fell in love when he saw your video. He was like, it's beard gang. He got guns and a beard. I'm with it.
These niggas ain't shit. I'm telling you, these niggas ain't shit.
Nigga ain't a bromance.
Hey, thank you, Maj, for coming
Guns
through,
and
man.
a beard.
Black guns.
God damn it.
Black guns matter. Follow the movement. Get them to your city. Maj Toure. This is Straight Talk, No Chase. I am your brother, the Juiceman Dan.
Tripp Simpson.
Mr. Let's Talk Real.
And we out.
All right.
Peace.
Peace, bro.
Koosta.